Bonjour, my name is Maxine Gordon, and I am a writing fellow at the Dora Maar House in Minerve.
And I'm Gwen Strauss, the director of the Dora Maar House since 2007. So it's super exciting, Maxine. We've downstairs, we've opened up a door, and the two rooms on the ground floor next to my office are going to be a gallery and a welcome space. It's a place where the public can come in, can learn about the artists who are in residence. So we'll show work of artists who are at the Dora Maar House or have been there earlier in the year, show a little bit of their process. So it's not really a gallery, it's more as a space to see what the house, what happens at the house. And also a place where the public can come and learn about other artists who have lived in Minerve, artists like Dora Maar, but also Joe Downing, Jane Eakin, Nicolas de Stael, etc. Up until now, it's been a little bit of a closed door, except for our salon. So I really wanted to create a place where people could come in and feel welcome and feel that they had some interaction with the artists.
The first exhibit in the new gallery will be the work of Philippe Goron and Eizo, Sakata, who were here in April. And I was fortunate enough to be the third person in the house with them for the month of April.
That's right,
So
it's the trio.
We're calling it trio. The other thing about it being a trio, because you know my history is in jazz and being around musicians who improvise,
Right.
and improvise in life, which means that you might have a plan, but it could change or something gets in the way, and they always find a way to solve a problem.
You were really as essential, definitely essential to making that chemistry happen.
Yeah. Well, there was the chemistry, and that's why we called it trio, because in my experience in jazz, if you have a group, a trio, that's very difficult. Three, sometimes people avoid three, you know that, because three can be problematic.
Problematic is a pull, that can happen.
But two against one, or one doesn't fit, or
this is Trinity.
Yeah. But it can be. But if a trio in jazz, they play as one, and they think together, they improvise together. This is like this magical thing.
I felt that the two visual artists, Eizo Sakata and Philippe Goron, are in a way completely different from each other, but then in a really beautiful way they sort of speak to each other. Eizo's work is quite lyrical, quite poetic. He works with salt water and ink, and they're sort of black and white with these crystals of the salt water that shine the light in really astonishing ways. And then Philippe is really a sketchbook artist in a way. He works out of these sketchbooks and records his sort of everyday life and everything he sees around him. So one is, Philippe's is much more linear and much more kind of illustrative and narrative, and Eizo's is more kind of poetic. But the two of them seem to work together. And in fact, I felt like they worked with you as well. We'd like to do not just visual work, but we're hoping to do, I'm working with Laure Katzenberg, we're hoping to do, also bring in things like, for example, poetry. Why not do projections of poems on the walls? Yeah. And I was also thinking last night, some sound, some soundscapes from composers, maybe even performance at times.
You do have a space for performance.
So I think in a way it'd be great if we can always think of bringing in all the different artists and the different writers and the different fellows and how they can use that space to showcase their work, so that it's interesting, so that the people who come in see that the house is not just painters, it's not just people doing the landscape. It's a whole vast world.
I think that's so important to not isolate each art form separate. The music is not separate from art, from poetry, from drama, from dance.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
we had a great dancer here, he was wonderful, yeah.
Yeah. Merci bien et au revoir. À bientôt, non?
À bientôt.
À bientôt.